Just we'll talk about them on the show this morning, and of course talking about Nigerian player to watch out for. Do we still have Nigerian player in the English Premier League? Yes, definitely. One of them that lined the conversation this morning. Talking about Ola, you know. Yes, we'll talk about him on the show this morning. I will talk about the home front also as it concerns the NPFL. What to expect in the NPFL? Yesterday, talking about the old fixtures of the 2025-2026 season, NPFL season was actually released, and of course talking about Waffle B Champions League for women. Yes, one of the top teams that'll be taking part in that one, representing Nigeria. Talking about Bayelsa Queen, also in the conversation this morning. We'll talk about them. What does the future hold for them? Well, they've won the competition before, and this is the second time they will be taking part in that particular competition. Hopefully, they will go on to win that one. All of this and many more we'll get to discuss on the show this morning from the world of transfer market, and of course we'll bring you up to date with what is currently going on in the world of tennis. The Cincinnati Open, the big boys are already in the semi-final. Yes, I can confirm to you this morning that a certain Yannick Sinner is currently in the semi-final of that particular competition. All of this and many more you get to enjoy on the show this morning. So all you have to do is to sit down, relax, and of course enjoy all of the conversation on the show this morning. Once again, the voice of BIODUN, APENA. It's a freaking Friday. Welcome once again.
It's Freaky Friday. It's Freaky Friday. I'm in Chris Brown's body. I look at myself, thick with the light. It's my dream day.
If I was little Diggy in my body, where would I be? I'm trying to find myself like an introspective monk.
Definitely a freaking Friday is a dream day for a whole lot of workers who have worked from a Monday till Friday. Definitely want to use the weekend to to refresh yourself, to rest, and of course pick up fans. Definitely will always be here to serve you the best of the best from the world of sport. And as usual, we are back on the dial once again. I-FLIER 103.3 FM, your number one perfect choice stations for the I-FLIERs. Well, in case you want to be part of the conversation this morning, call 090 54 44 1033, and you can also watch us live on Facebook. I-FLIER 103.3 FM live. That is where to be this lovely Friday morning. Yes, so let's talk about the West African Football Union Waffle Zone B team competition. I beg your pardon. Yes, that was announced yesterday. As I said earlier, one of the Nigerian team that will go on to represent us in that competition, Bayelsa Queen, have been placed in Group B alongside the Police FC of Benin Republic. Those are the teams that will get to see against Bayelsa Queen. In the same group, and in Group A, yes, Group A features ASEC Mimosa of Côte d'Ivoire, AS Gade of Niger, yes, talking about the Niger Republic, USFA of Burkina Faso. Yes, Bayelsa Queen earned their right to represent Nigeria after clinching the 2025 Super 6 playoff. Remember that competition, right? Yes, the tournament is scheduled to kick off for August 23, 2025. Yes, very much. Of course, we'll look forward to that particular competition. I talked about them winning it, back in 2020. It's been a long time, but then this will be the second time they'll be taking part in that particular one. Of course, it's going to be another interesting time to see another Nigerian team go on to represent us in the Waffle B Champions League. Well, it's going to be very, very interesting. Nigerian team is the current champion of that one. Talking about Edo Queen. Hopefully another Nigerian team will go on to win the title. Talking about the Waffle B Champions League. Okay, let's talk about Nigerian senior women cricket team. Yes, they are also preparing for the World Cup. Talking about 2026 ICC Women's T20 World Cup. Nigerian senior women cricket coach Leye Oyede has expressed a strong confidence that the female yellow-green will advance to the global qualifier. Yes, the 2026 ICC Women T20 World Cup. The team is currently in the close camp training program in Lagos, fine-tuning their preparation ahead of African qualifier schedule to take place in Namibia from August 28 to September 7. Well, for those who have been following the trajectory of this particular team, you definitely want to say, they've been doing well for themselves the long. And if you look at how, cricket is also growing in Nigeria, you definitely want to say, the Cricket Federation in Nigeria, they are doing a whole lot of job to make sure we are also at par with some of the biggest country when it comes to, cricket on the continent and on the world stage. Also, we are talking about cricket, country, the likes of South Africa, the biggest when it comes to cricket in Africa. You talk about India, also England, Australia, New Zealand. These are the biggest country when it comes to cricket. But then we are also, really doing hard to make sure we'll get to the top, and it's going to be really interesting to see what the national team will bring to the table. But then the squad list will be announced next week, and Nigeria will go on to compete with the likes of Zimbabwe, Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, Namibia, and not forget Rwanda alongside Sierra Leone in the qualifier. Hello, good morning.
Hello,
Hello, good morning.
good morning. Is it I-FLIER?
Yes, this is I-FLIER. You're listening to Sport Drive.
Yeah, I am on the flyer.
Okay. Well, for those who want to have a conversation with us concerning some of the things we'll be discussing about on the show, you can call us via 0705 500 1033, or you call 09054 44 1033, and you can also watch us live on Facebook. Game Match Day 1, but all of the match days has been reviewed, and of course we'll definitely bring you up to date concerning all of those. Remember, we'll be back tomorrow also on iSport, where we'll get to discuss a whole lot that will go down this weekend from the English Premier League, and of course other top flight league also. We'll definitely touch on the MPFL also. But then let me confirm to you that the full fixture has been released yesterday, and trust me, this new season promises to be an exciting one. Some of the big teams to actually watch out for. You talk about the current champion, Remo Star. You talk about Ikorodu City also. Yes, who had a lot of brilliant performance last season. They had a Cinderella run. Let me just put it in context. And of course, a whole lot of people will be looking forward to see them once again replicate what they did last season. And of course, you talk about the shooting star of IBADAN. Yes, a new dawn in that team, and a whole lot of fans will be expecting lot of changes, not even in the dugout alone, but then on the top also. We want to see good football, we want to see good results from the camp of shooting stars. Right, you're still listening to Sport Drive on I-FLIER 103.3 FM. Let's move away from the home front. Let's go straight to the foreign scene. I'll be taking a whole lot of transfer stories for this morning. There's a lot of improvement, a lot of new innovations to actually watch out for in the English Premier League this season. But then let's start with the transfer market. Okay, let's move straight to the camp of Brentford FC. They've agreed a club record deal worth up to £42.5 million for Bournemouth forward Dango Quattara. Yes, the young man will be joining Brentford from Bournemouth. Well, if you look at Bournemouth, I think they've lost close to 4 players, even not 5, because you look at their back line. all of their backlines players to help them cushion the effect of the players they lost in the transfer market. But then, interesting time awaits Bournemouth this season.
30 seconds, bowling into the hockey. Robin, who skips on the outside. He'll start the shot.
Let's talk about one of the team who are also very active in the transfer market. Nottingham Forest have agreed deal worth 37.5 million for Ipswich Town winger Omari Hutchinson, and of course nearly to sign Manchester United, Manchester City, James, making 3 players so far. Nottingham Forest will be signing this summer. They've signed Dan Ndoye, who joined from Bologna, so that is another top talent joining Nottingham Forest. But then the manager is still complaining that they are not ready, that they've got a whole lot of problem. Well, managers can be very funny sometimes. But then, if you look at some of the players who also who left Nottingham Forest, you talk about the likes of Elanga. He was really instrumental for them last season, and I think he's going to affect them also. But if you look at the players they are bringing in, also they are also quality. They might not be the same quality with the Swedish international, but then they are definitely quality. And of course, Nottingham Forest also who want to replicate what they did last season when they qualified for European football. Okay, still looking at more stories from the transfer market. Yes, Manchester United are lining up Allman, and that is the latest man Manchester United are looking at. If they fail to get a Cameroonian international, yes, Carlos Baleba, who is worth £100 million, according to Brighton over Albion. Well, I think Manchester United should do everything possible to get that young man. For those who don't know the profile of that man, he's a fantastic midfielder, more like a box-to-box midfielder. He could go up front, break the lines, he could spring those passes. He's one of the workaholic midfielder right now, very young, agile, very tactically sound, and I think he's going to help the quest of Manchester United in the English Premier League if they can actually get him. But then they're saying if they cannot get him, Human, who is also a fantastic midfielder. But then, in my own opinion, I think Carlos Baleba is going to do a whole lot for Manchester United this season. He understands the English Premier League. He's not a player that will have to acclimatize again. He's already in the English Premier League, and of course, he's going to slot in perfectly in that they are going to sign Eberechi Eze, yes, from Crystal Palace, and they are ready to pay the expected value from Crystal Palace. Well, Tottenham Hotspur, they are very serious at this transfer market. Well, I've been hearing about Arsenal signing Eberechi Eze, but then it seems all of that has actually so the impetus is on Tottenham Hotspur to sign Eberechi Eze right now. And if you look at what they are saying, they want to pay the release clause of Eberechi Eze. That shows that Tottenham Hotspur are very serious about getting the England international. But then, well, it's going to be a battle between them and Arsenal. In the world of transfer for this morning, Newcastle United are looking to complete the deal to sign a Brentford DR Congo winger Yohan Wissa, whose contract is set to actually expire this season. Well, the man is saying I'm not going to play for Brentford FC until I make that move to Newcastle United, seeing their way out of their parent club. Well, you can't afford them. They want to play elsewhere. They want to enjoy, with the big boys. And if you look at Brentford also, they've done really well for themselves, but you can't afford to. Yohan Wissa also, they've sold Brian Mbeumo, who had a telepathic combination with him last season, and go enjoy myself. And the perfect place to be right now is definitely Newcastle United. Alright, so let's talk about some of the teams to expect, the new teams to expect in this game will go down today. The champion of the league, yes, Liverpool will hold Bournemouth. That will be the first game today. And tomorrow, yes, the action continue. But then let's talk about some of the new players to watch out in the English Premier League 4 this season. Talking about Liverpool midfielder Florian Wirtz, who joined from Bayer Leverkusen, is going to be one of the major players to actually watch out for. You talk about Ugo Ekitike, also who joined from Eintracht Frankfurt, is another player to watch out for from the English Premier League. And you talk about Jeremy Frimpong. We've been seeing some couple of actions from these players also, particularly during the club international friendlies. We saw a whole lot of them involved with their parent club, but then this is the official Premier League, and you get to see a whole lot of actions from these top players. You talk about another player also for Arsenal, yes, Victor Gyökeres, all the way from Sporting Lisbon, Manchester United, Benjamin Sesko also watch out for. These are the new players that will profile the English Premier League this season. Of course, you expect a whole lot of actions from this player, but then I think we are also here for the banter. If some of these players fail to deliver, we'll definitely be here to banter. And of course, still looking at is one player to actually watch out for. Tijani Reinders is another top player to watch out for Manchester City. Yes, he joined from AC Milan. Yes, talking about a newly promoted club, Leeds United, Bournemouth, and one of the top team, to expect to do well this season. Talking about Sunderland, they've signed a whole lot of players. Total, around 14 to 13 players they've signed so far in the transfer market, and a whole lot of people are saying with all of the players they've signed, they should be able, to remain in the top flight of this season. Well, it's not about the numbers of signings that you made in the transfer market. It's about all of these players are coming to play as a team. That is very, very important. But then talking about the new laws, yes, the biggest changes to expect this season is going to start from the goalkeepers. The goalkeepers must not hold the ball for close to 8 seconds. Yes, that will be a punishable offense for them, and of course it will be called for corner once the goalkeeper holds the ball for 8 seconds. And it's trickling to maybe 9 seconds. That means you've committed a blunder that is going to be very, very bad on the side of the goalkeeper. So the referee will call for a corner kick, and it's going to be a whole lot of changes. But one of the goalkeepers you expect to actually affect is David Raya. Yes, that young man needs to be very, very careful. But then we are here to enjoy all of the excitement the English Premier League will definitely offer us this season.
30 seconds.
All right, talking about the new season, yes, the TV deal, well, for this season is going to be a triple, because the deal begins with a whole lot of improvement that will cover close to 4 seasons, and the players are also the clubs are ready to enjoy a whole lot of largesse. And I think the English Premier League are really, really improving, with their TV deal and everything inclusive also. Reason why some of these players definitely wants to play in the English Premier League. Talking about referees, yes, referees will also wear a camera on their shirt also during matches, but then they are going to be